The Excel sheet titled problem says that when we have 0, we want to convert it to A. When we have 1, we wanted to convert it to B. 2, convert it to C, and so on until 25. We wanted to convert it to Z. 26, AA, and so on. So let's start with thinking how we are going to solve this problem. The solution for this problem is basically changing a number from base 10 to base 26. This is the solution, or what we are trying to eventually achieve, with another small trick. So if we want to change a number from a certain base to another base, we have to do two operations. First one is getting the remainder from the base, and second operation is doing divisions to get the second base. When we would like to describe this problem, I would prefer to think about changing a number from base 10 to base 10 to get its its parts, or how it's represented in base 10. So for example, if we take this number 365 and we would like to get its bases or its numbers for base 10, it's basically like 5 multiplied by 10 power 0 is equal to 5. 6 is multiplied by 10 power 1 equal to 60, and then 3 multiplied by 10 power 2 is equal to 300, and then we are doing addition for each one. This is how the number is presented in base 10. So if for example we are trying to change a number from base 10 to base 10, first operation we are doing the remainder to get the lowest number, and then the division to get all the next part, and then we do the operation again for the lowest number to get the smallest one, and then division again to get all the next part. So to get this representation, we first take this number and do first division by 10. We will have 0.5 and the remainder would be 5 in this case. So the first part is 5, and then we would have 36.5. We remove this floating number and then take the next part and do the same operation again. We do the division, we get 6, and then the division would be 3.6. We remove the floating number, get 3, and then we do the division again, the remainder again, and the division would be 0 eventually because it would be 0.3. This is how to change base 10 to base 10. To do base 10 to base 26, we take the number 365 and do first part, which is the remainder of 26, get the number and do the division again to get the next number, and so on, and repeat it. For our Excel sheet problem, we would change something from base 10 because we have numbers which are 10 numbers, and base 26 because we have 26 characters in the English language, and this would change it from zeros, ones, to zeros until 26, but we don't want to change it to base 26 only, but also to map it to numbers. So for example, we want to map 0 to A, and 1 to B, 2 to C, 25 to Z, and then 26 to AA. And this is where the trick comes, because if we are going to do the mapping for this number in numeric values, we would have 0 0, this part would be 0 0, because this is 26 base. So when it is 0 1 2 25, and then we normally, if we are going to represent it in units in base 26, after 25, and this is all of course zeros, we would have 0 and 1. This is the representation of it. But having this part in the Excel sheet, in the titles, we have double A's, which would be, this part would be 0. So to solve this problem, we remove 1 from all the following numbers, just to just to lower the number from having like 1. No, it would become 0. To have it from non, I would like to call it, we change the number from being a non-zero starting number to a 0 starting number. Okay, so this is what what is the trick that we are trying to do. So this is how we are going to solve it. So let's start writing the code now. Let's now start writing the function. I have prepared like few things, and also I have a plugin that runs in VS Code to print the function or the values that we have written. So first part, like we said, we have the division remainder, and this would be number, and we get the remainder on base 26, and then we have the division part, which would be number divided by 26, and we only need to get the value which is not floated. So we will do mass.floor to remove the whole floating number. And then we have the trick that we are going to do as well. Before we start writing the trick, we need to map each number or each current value, which is the value that's represented by the remainder, from numbers to characters or like chars. So to convert it, we have chars equal there is string dot from char code. Yep. And then we enter the number, and then we plus it by 34, I guess. This is to change it from like numbers to become characters in the ASCII code, and then we print it. Oh yeah, this is string, sorry. Okay, yeah, it's start from 35, I guess. Yeah, 35, that is correct, because 0 would be A. So now we are converting the current number, but we also want to convert the next number. So to do the next number, we are going to do recursion. And in this case, we would do it like this. We first check if the division is bigger than 0, because it needs to be bigger than 0. If it's bigger than 0, then do the next operation, or the conversion on the only next part, which is division. If it's now 0, we will only return the character. Okay. Also, we need to plus the current character. Yep. And this is where the issues that comes from, when you remember that we have zeros, and when it comes like 25, the next number would be 20, would be like rounded and become 0 again, or overflow and become 0 again. The next number would be 1, which is B in this case, but we wanted to start from A. So to solve this problem, we would remove 1 to base it and become like from non-zero starting number to become a 0 starting number. And this is how we are going to solve it. This would be the solution for our problem.